What's good, people? Jeff Logan here, BTB podcast, brought to you by none other than Logan Performance, No Beast Mode, Become Nutrition, and BTB Academy. Let's get a quick update, y'all. It's been a minute. I couldn't be somebody who is preaching to you guys on what to do and how you should think and how you should move and how you should act and not put those things that I'm saying into practice into my own life. So I've been worldwide. I've been building Become. I've been over to London. I've been over to Toronto. I've been all over the States. It's cool. It's really cool when you're building something, when your job, your career becomes your daily life and you pretty much turn your career into a lifestyle. So I can't really go anywhere and not work. I don't go anywhere for leisure. So everything that I do ends up being, whether it's content creation, whether it's a meeting that's held, whether it's grabbing some form of inspiration from a high vibrational city, it's all work and I enjoy it. Like I said, I couldn't preach on what to do and not practice what I'm preaching. This is the practicality of putting the things that I say into action into my own life and holding myself accountable. So quick update, Become Nutrition, built an empire, of course. I released 2 new products, looking to expand my brand worldwide, just past the United States and beyond. As far as acting goes, I did a film that should be out early next year. It's completed. It was fun. I was filming for about 3 weeks. It was cool to transform into that character, a character that I've never played. But funny story, I played that character in real life. It was a guy who ended up getting drafted and, ran into all these issues in his relationship and all that stuff. So it was cool to not get drafted in real life, but to depict the person who did, and go through the emotions of being drafted. So when it came for the scene that I was drafted, I was like, oh, I know how to put the emotions on for getting drafted because I practiced that emotion. And maybe I practiced that emotion for the film. When I practiced that emotion decades ago, but it finally came to pass in a film, right? Another update for Logan Performance. Obviously, the app is up and running, looking to get in shape, looking to get trained by your boy, looking to do the training that I do, the exact training that I do, the burn and shred program, the Gunsmoke diet. It is all in my app, and the first 7 days are free. That's www.loganperformance.app. Also, BTB Academy is back open. If you like BTB podcast, you will love BTB Academy. It's the podcast on steroids. It's where we build and we have a network and looking to add about 10 new members. Nothing crazy, but definitely looking to add about 10 new members. And you can just DM me the word beast in all caps. I'll get my team to email you up, or you can email my squad, info@jefflogs.com. Boom, DM beast. So that will get you all the info to sign up, because it's basically a investment in yourself. As I reflect back, I have members that are just thriving. Nobody is in the same position that they were in prior to joining BTB Academy. No one's in the same mindset. Because if they were, then I would be a failure. And that's just not the case. But if you like the podcast, you will love the Academy. Let's get right into it. And I appreciate everybody for sharing the podcast, all the reposts on the stories, all the people who use the audio for content creation, being super creative. Thank you for spreading the word. Anybody who's put somebody onto the podcast, or if you just listen to it. And also everybody who's supporting the podcast. So on Spotify, there's a spot that you can subscribe, and the subscription is about $4.99 or something like that. You can't even get a coffee, not a good coffee. You can't even get a good coffee for $5, for under $5. So you're getting all this information. You're not going to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, support your boy, and I can do more podcasts on a regular basis. Because trust me, I would love to do one per week. As you know, this right here is just, This is my gift to you guys right here. I'm not getting paid right this second to spend the portion of my life that I'm spending on this. I'm not getting paid directly from this. So please subscribe to support your favorite podcast. The podcast, all you people saying, is building me up, is helping me level up. Support it. $5. I got you. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic, identity. Your identity and what you identify as is more important than your goals. And the headline, the main concept I want to drive home with this podcast is you're losing because you're still thinking like the old you. Let me repeat that. You're losing because you're still thinking like the old you. Okay. So you're operating like the person that you were supposed to have buried. Your goals aren't broken. They're not too high. They're not too low. You're the broken one. Most people set goals like it's a checklist, right? But they keep the same habits, they keep the same beliefs, and they keep the same internal voice. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the standard of your identity. This talk is about one thing: killing the old version of yourself permanently. Because check this out. If they're still breathing, they're sabotaging every move you make. So let me go into why identity is your key operating system. Okay. Identity is your internal default. Every choice you make is filtered. Every thought you think is filtered. Every move you make is filtered through who you believe you are. A person who believes they're undisciplined, they'll always default to comfort. Even if they want to change. Because think about the want. Everybody has a case of the wants. You know, damn near everybody got chicken pox, damn near everybody got a cold. Everybody wants, right? But what identity are you falling back on? Who do you believe that you truly are at your core, right? Because I'm going to make you think and I'm going to hold you accountable for those thoughts. Let's say, for example, right? I got a guy or a girl, they want to get shredded. They want to lower their body fat. But their identity is still tied to being the big person who eats what they want, right? Sometimes being out of shape can be an act of rebellion. It's not necessarily health or anything. It's just rebellion because, you're in a house, you might have had to, whatever was on the menu or whatever you guys could afford. But now you got a little bit of money in your pocket. I could eat what I want now, right? So it might be an act of defiance. Your habits. So if you're this person who wants to be shredded and your habits don't match the goal because your internal operating system doesn't believe you're the man, you're the woman who deserves the result, you got to switch the identity. And you have to switch your identity. But you know why? Because you can't outperform it. You can't run away from who you believe you are at your core. And that's why we have to change it. We have to change it to benefit us. Because your mind is always going to self-correct to what you believe is normal for you. Even if it sabotages your success, even if it ruins your success. What your mind thinks is normal for you and what you identify as, it'll always correct, revert, turn back, transform right back into that. Think about a lottery winner, right? We did a lottery mindset podcast. That's a whole nother podcast. But listen, think about a lottery winner, right? How many Fortune 500 companies, big, impactful companies were built off of lottery winners? Oh, where was the source of this income? Oh, it was from a lottery winner. Now, shout out to lottery winners that just disappear on an island. But the normal case is a lot of them. It was a show on it. It was a show on how some lottery winners reverted right back to being broke. And one dude even won it twice. I was like, how the hell? Anyway, they often revert back to their identity, right? Or think about fitness transformations where they rebound. They were in really good shape and then they rebounded. Why? Identity. Business owners who got really, really big, then boom. Or how many, I used to do that. I used to have that. I used to be in shape. They go back to their identity. The identity pulls you back to that comfort zone. Get your ass back over here. So the comfort zone that we get pulled into has to be an identity that benefits us. So here are some signs. That you're living as the old you. One, you still use old language. Phrases like, I've always been like this. I struggle with X, Y, and Z. This is just how I am. Your words are powerful, people. I told you that before. Your words are powerful. The affirmations that you say, it's not just the ones you say out loud. Ultimately, the affirmations you say internally are more important than the affirmations you say out loud. Because how many times does somebody say something out loud, but internally they mean something totally different? Right? I can't stand you. Internally, you love them. Right? I hate this. But you're accepting it. I'm rich. That internal dialogue, you broke as hell. Because normally that internal dialogue has emotions tied to it. Why? Because it's rooted. So when you're saying the affirmation, you have to go to the root of your core, the root of the emotions tied to the affirmation, and make it new. That's how you make it strong, right? Stop defending a version of you that has failed you. Stop defending a version of you that has failed you. Stop reinforcing affirmations internally that don't serve you, that keep you down, that keep you weak, that keep you less than. Another sign you're still living as the old you. You're still making the same old decisions. You say you're building a new life, but you're still texting that same girl. You say you're building a new life, you're still texting that same guy. You say you're building a new life, you're still looking at the same things. You're still following the same people. Still staying up late. Still skipping that morning routine. You do it 2 times in a week, then after the end of the week, fuck it. Your identity is revealed by your defaults, not your goals. Another way, you still keeping those old relationships. You can't maintain old circles and build a new self at the same time. It's painful. I didn't say it was easy. I said it's simple. You can't maintain old circles and build a new self at the same time. You got to let some things go. You know why? Because loyalty to your past is betrayal to your future. Write that down. Where's your loyalty at? It can't be in two places at once. Is your loyalty tied to your past or is it tied to the future? Honestly, can I keep it real with you? The future version of you would already unfollow, cut off, moved on, moved past, finished with, boom, X, Y, and Z. And you know this. And you hold on because of what? So now we have to reprogram our identity. How do we do that? Step 1, define the future you with precision. Precision, detail. You don't just wish to become a new version. You architect him. You architect her. Think about anything that you're sitting in right now, whether it's a vehicle, whether you're holding your phone, whether you have your headphones, whether you're on an airplane, whether you're in the gym, whether you're just in your apartment or in your house, in your room, wherever you are. It is planned. It is planned. And there was an architect involved, right? With the design of it. No house is just a random house. Everything's pre-planned. There's a blueprint. You buy a home, you get the blueprint. You get the sketch. It's to scale. It's one of the coolest things you could look at. It's like, man, this was planned. No matter how big, even a dog house, even a bird house, let's get even smaller, is planned. Even a bird's nest is planned. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. Boom, and it makes a nest. It's not just random. So how could your future self just be random? I'm just going to see how it goes. What's your 5-year plan? I don't know. What's your 5-minute plan? I don't know. How? How don't you know? If a building that has to withstand storms, that has to keep you safe, that has to be theft proof, needs an architect, wouldn't you think you're the same way? Because if it wasn't, if there was no architect involved, anybody could just come up in there. So describe the person who already has your goals. How do they wake up? What do they avoid? What do they demand from themselves? What are they not going to tolerate anymore? Because everybody says the goal part, right? Well, I want this and I want that and I want this car and I want that. Okay, cool. That's cute. But with you being given that, what are you going to demand from yourself? Like with me, I don't give myself options. You know why? Because the past doesn't matter. It only exists to me. You go try to tell your past to somebody or try to use your past as an excuse. It really don't matter. You only slept a couple hours, but that plane leaves at 6 a.m. Go try to tell them when the plane is taking off. You can't. Oh, well, you know, I wake up. Oh, yeah, that's great. You got to catch the next joint and you got to pay. What are you not going to tolerate anymore? Embodying the energy of your best self now. So this is a live exercise. I want you to write it out. Who is that man? Who is that woman? Who are they? Who are you? The best version. Step number 2, remove behaviors that they would never tolerate. It's not about adding more to yourself, right? It's about subtracting to reveal the new you, right? There's no riches outside of you. All the riches are inside. You bring them out. The real you is not out there. It's in there. The real you is not out there. It's in there. You don't need more motivation. You need less weak-ass patterns. For example, complaining, snoozing, half-ass workouts, half-ass anything, escaping, alcohol, porn, TikTok, Insta. If you're going to escape, let it be an escape that levels you up. Right? One BTB member, Tony G, he said he just throws on a podcast or throws on a self-help audio just in the background for his subconscious, right? I said, wow, that's power right there, bro. Are you distracting yourself or are you leveling yourself up? Another thing to stop doing. Stop over-explaining your vision to people who don't get it. It's not for them to get. It's not for them to understand. I know it can be frustrating. And I know you know why? Because it feels lonely. Man, I'm the only one who thinks like this. Guess what? You might be. Man, I'm the only one in the family that thinks like this, man. Ain't nobody, I'm the only one in the circle that you might be. Go get you a new circle. Your circle might be a period for a long time. Step 3, mourn and bury the old you. Glow ups are cool, right? But there's also death and rebirth. So I'm going to give you something wild to do. I'm going to give you something wild to do. We already did this in BTB Academy. Write the name of your old self on the paper. Tonight, I'm holding you accountable. Write old and then your name. And you know what that means. You know everything that comes along with that. You know the definition of that. That is the known. The new you, it could be a little bit of the unknown with a mix of your precise standards. But again, write the name of your old self on a paper tonight. And then burn it. Burn it to ashes. And I want you to take a photo of the ashes. Tag me. Tag the Become the Beast page. If you got the balls to do it. Right? I got a client in BTB. They used to mess his name up. He said, hey, I'm going to make something of myself so y'all never mess my name up again. You see how he took his pain and turned it into passion? Now he's 22 years old living in Miami. Shout out Ulysses, bro. Killing it, bro. Killing it. Because he says something, real quick story. He says something, because when you say a goal, mind you, Jeff Logs, I believe in just about any damn thing, right? And when you say something that like takes me off my rocker a little bit, as far as one of your goals, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So one of his goals was, mind you, this boy never owned a vehicle. He's 22, never owned a car in his life. He said, yeah, my first car is going to be a Porsche off the lot. Not no used Porsche, no, 1968 joint. No. He's like, yeah, it's my first car, Porsche. And mind you, I made every member in BTB go visit, sit in, and take a photo and a video in their new car of their dreams, to show them how tangible it was, right? And he did it, but he did it in real life. He's driving it right now. He took it on a road trip. Because if you tell somebody that, because I remember telling my mentors, like, hey, and that's why I dropped half of them. Hey, I got this. I want to do this. Now you can't do that. I'm the worst person to tell you can't do something because I'm going to go do it. Or I'm at least going to go see what you were talking about. Oh, this is why he told me how to do it. Okay, cool. But at least I failed going 100 miles per hour. I didn't half-ass it. I didn't wonder. Oh, I wonder if this would happen, if that would happen. No. And he did it. So write your name, the old version of you, on that paper and burn it. Take a photo. Remember, with the intent of the new you being born today, tonight. BTB Podcast Gang, your homework. Remember, identity over goals. What you embody is what you become. Write down 3 behaviors the future version of you would never, ever do. And I want you to eliminate these 3 things from your life. Notice the weight of that statement. I want you to eliminate these 3 things from your life. Imagine seeing something on the news. Oh yeah, he got eliminated last night. You know what the word eliminate means? There's no traces of it. Eliminate, annihilate, assail it till it doesn't exist anymore. Write down those 3 behaviors the future you would never do and eliminate those things from your life for the next 7 days. It's almost like breaking an addiction, right? Because we don't want to be addicted to negativity. We want to be addicted to success. So eliminate those 3 things for 7 days straight. Give me 7 days. That's all I need is 7 days, right? And also, after you burn that old version of yourself, write a short description of who the new version of you is, right? And DM that to me, right? Because now we're in the state of reconstruction, building a new identity so the new life can follow. That's the foundation. We're not building anything up to break. And remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the standard of your identity. Who do you believe you are? Once you change that, solidify that, and align with that fully. And mind you, remember when I said, define this new version of you, define this new identity with precision, with detail. Why do detail and preciseness go hand in hand? Why do they matter? Think about the last event you attended, private event. The last private event I attended was in Washington, D.C. It was a dear friend of mine, my kid's godfather. He got married, right? He got married in a very historic hotel called the Willard over there in D.C. If you ever want to check it out, I highly recommend it. It is where a lot of the presidents stayed. Very royal feel to it. It's where MLK wrote the I Have a Dream speech, and many more historic events have happened there. A lot of historic figures have been there. You can feel the energy in there. However, they had a wedding that was obviously an invite only. The guest list was precise. Who they wanted to be there was very, very precise. It was defined. You can imagine how it went. It went like a storybook. It went amazing. However, if we stood outside, we are in DC now. We stood outside. Said, hey man, there's a party up in there. Anybody can come. And we weren't precise with that guest list. How do you think it would have turned out? To my good friend, what was the most precious thing inside that arena? Probably his wife. They could have got disrespected or injured or hurt or quarreled with if they just would have let anybody in. And that's how some of y'all live your life. You just let anybody in. You just go to any environment. There's no standards. There's no nothing. You just eat anything. No, there's standards. Your best self has standards. Your new identity has standards, has a guest list that is extremely precise, has a list of aisles in the grocery store. It just does not go down. Things in the phone, they just do not look at. And it's not, I'm going to be my best self on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the rest. No, I need 7 days. Give me those 7 days and get back to me. All right. Becoming the beast. That's my time, y'all. Much love. More podcasts to come. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Activate that subscription, or you can donate to the podcast. Make sure you tag this. Make sure you share it, like it, and all that good stuff. Much love. Always becoming your best. Always becoming the beast. Your boy Jeff Logs out of here. Much love.